take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. Hello and welcome. This is Dice Kimura, and we are covering Knockin' on Heaven's Door as an absolute beginner guitar lesson. So I am structuring this lesson for the absolute beginner. You do need to know at least 3 chords, G, D, and A minor. It's better if you know 4 chords, G, D, A minor, and also C, and we'll get into that later. But the bare minimum is 3 chords to get through this lesson, okay? This lesson is for people, if you've never played a song or played to a song, I'm going to attempt to have you experience that today, okay? And we're going to do this in a very careful way. The goal is to play the song and then to play with the song, or you can play with me right here on YouTube. So let's try it. So it's basically, first make sure your guitar is tuned. Here's your low E. I'm going to ask you to do that. Just pause the video and tune your guitar. So you got G, just do 2 strums of the G chord. If you don't know how to play G, I encourage you to look it up on Google. But for those of you that know how to play G, here's G, 2 strums. And then you're going to do 2 strums of D, and then 4 strums of A minor. Okay, that's the basic fundamental. So if you do that, you're able to play to the song. So it's 2 Gs, 2 Ds, 4 A minors. And I'm not really worried about the right hand. We're just doing the basic strum of the count, okay? With the left hand is where all the heavy lifting is going to be, at least for your first several lessons, okay? And this is lesson 1, part of a bigger series, okay? And you can take these lessons in a row, and they're going to work with each other. So you have G, D, A minor. And then if you want, you can do G, D, C 4 times. So the structure is actually 2 beats of G, 2 beats of D, 4 beats of A minor, and then 2 beats of G, 2 beats of D, 4 beats of C, okay? But like I said in the beginning of the class, you could just ride with just G, D, A minor, and if you don't have to switch to that C section. So initially I encourage you to just do G, D, A minor, 2 Gs, 2 Ds, 4 A minors. Just practice that on your own until you get really comfortable switching. You got to get comfortable between the G and the D, and then you got to get comfortable from between the D and the A minor, and you want to get comfortable between the A minor and the G. So just practice switching that. Once you're comfortable switching quickly, then I want you to start playing with the drum beat. So this drum beat is going to be in the description. You can change the tempo of this drum beat, just add a different number in there in the search bar. But we're using 65 BPMs. BPMs is an acronym for beats per minute. Okay, BPMs is beats per minute. For instance, 60 BPMs is 1 beat per second. Okay, so this is 65 BPMs. I'm going to do 2 strums of G, 2 strums of D, 4 strums of A minor. Now this drum beat, it's going to start with an 8 beat, like an 8 click count, and then it's going to come in. So watch. I'm going to click the loop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that when I pointed, you heard the beat drop. I'm going to let it ride again, and this time I'm going to come in 2 Gs, 2 Ds, 4 A minors. If you want, join me. Okay, so it's G, D, A minor. I'm going to wait 8 clicks. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and D, A minor, G, D, A minor, G, D, A minor, G, D, A minor. Now, if you want, you can also do G, D, A minor, and then G, D, C. So you rotate back and forth. 2 Gs, 2 Ds, 4 A minors, 2 G's, 2 D's, 4 C's. I'll put that structure down in the description as well. Okay, so look for that. So it's going to be with the beat. This time I'm going to go back and forth, G, D, A minor, and then G, D, C. Okay, like this. 3, 4, and G, D, A minor, G, D, C. Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. You see how it flows with the drums. I'm going to do it with the real song. I just wanted you to see how that sits in the drums. It's really important to get with those drums and also to get with the song. I know it's hard. I know it's a lot harder. I know it's a lot easier to just do G, A minor, D on your own. But you're not really gonna get the benefit, okay? It's a lot more work to play with these drums. I know that, I'm very empathetic of that. But if you do it, you'll be seamlessly able to play with songs and to play with people and to play in bands. So it's a lot more work, but even as an absolute beginner, you should start working on your rhythm. Start working on your ability to change chords. And just understand that the whole band or the whole song will not stop just because you took an extra half a second to get back to that G chord. So to get you to train, to understand where that timing is going to be paramount in order to get you to play with songs. So consider that your first section of work. I'm just typing into YouTube. I'm going to put in Eric Clapton's version of Knockin' on Heaven's Door. And the reason why is because he has some very clear drums that I like. You know, Bob Dylan wrote the song, but Clapton covered it. And he's got kind of a reggae version that's really easy. By the way, if you have other versions, like Avril Lavigne does it, I think in the key of C, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, but I think so. I know, obviously, Guns N' Roses does it a half step down, F sharp. There are other versions that other people like, but they're not as easy to play to as this one. So just remember, as a student, if you're still learning, just take this time to enjoy this. I know it's maybe a little simple. If you want to get a little wild and crazy, you can get with the Guns N' Roses, but they're a half step down. So if you don't know how to retune your guitar, just stick with this. Especially if you're an absolute beginner, just make it easy on yourself. Don't make it too complicated. I'm going to now play it with the song. I'm going to ask you to check it out and try on your own to join me. I'm going to put a link of the song in the description. And if you're having any problems with this, I will help and give you more attention and help other than this free video. You can go to my Patreon, and if you have a question, I can answer your question in Patreon, or you can just book me on a Skype lesson, and I can help you one-on-one. So more information about in the description. So here's the song. Watch me play it. Knockin' on Heaven's Door. I'm going to do 2 G's, 2 D's, and 4 A minors, and I'm going to just do that, and then I'm going to demo it again with 2 G's, 2 D's, and 4 C's. So here's the first part, okay? Knockin' on Heaven's Door. Ready? G and E, A minor. G, E, A minor. Almost got it. G, take this page off. Excuse me. Okay. So just now I kind of messed up a little bit. I thought it'd be a good time to stop. But anyway, G, D, A minor. And then you're going to do G, D, A minor and G, D, C. This will work on your C chord, but it will also give you more mental stamina to be able to think in more complex ideas. So if you master G, D, A minor, I want you to do the G, D, A minor, G, D, C. Again, look in the description, you'll see the chord structure. So it's G, D, A minor 4 times, G, D, C. 2 G's, 2 D's, 4 A minor. G, D, C. If you don't know how to play C, just look it up on Google, okay? Very simple, very easy. If you have a problem with chords, just send me a message, get on Patreon, book a lesson. I'm gonna help you. Okay, so let's try this. We're gonna try this back with Clapton, G, D, A minor, and then G, D, C, okay? Watch me. Here we go, from the G. And G. A minor. Knocking on heaven's door. See how this works? And knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Oh, oh yeah. Knocking on heaven's door. Here, watch me. I'm gonna elaborate a little bit. I just want to elaborate just to excite you, just to stimulate you, not to, you know, I know this is, if you're taking this lesson, this is way over your head, but I want to elaborate a little bit just to kind of show you what I would do. It's like, Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. 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 So I'm just jamming there just for your listening pleasure, but that's kind of that's how I would play this song in full bloom, if you will. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Last piece of advice, just go slow. Go slow, go slow. So many people don't understand music because they didn't have the patience to slow it down. And we all need it slowed down at first. So go slow, and as you slowly can build your understanding and your confidence, then go faster. Okay? All right, be well, my friends. I'll see you next video. Thanks.